Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, sorry for the asshole video earlier about we have a new captain in town. He's not really new, more new attitude, new don't give a fuck, new I'm going to talk about things that I don't usually talk about. I'm going to open up myself in the off season. I'm going to talk to people. As per sportsnet.ca, I will give credit where credit is due. They had an interview with Connor McDavid today regarding the coaching situation. Now, why do I say we have a new captain? Because the old Connor McDavid would have just kept his mouth shut. He would have just ignored the questions, ignored the pressure. I'm not going to say pressure, that's not the right word. Ignored the request, per se. Because usually when Connor McDavid is not in Edmonton and he's doing his workouts in Toronto and workouts in Europe and in BC and in Calgary and wherever he does his workouts in the offseason, he's pretty private. He really doesn't say too much to the media. He owes them nothing. This year, though, this year's a little different. Let me explain. Now, I got a few quick little slideshows here. Now, first one here. He was asked about the meeting about what Babcock said. He was asked point blank what Babcock said about being harder to play, being hard in November. Doesn't matter what they say in June. His words, not mine. I know Babcock alluded to the fact that it's easy to say in June and it's easy to say in June. It might be a little different when it hits November. But we've all agreed, by we mean Hyman, Hopkins, Draisaitl, Ekholm, Bouchard, McDavid, Janmark, Savoy, what? Podkolzin, what? Everybody has agreed. I'm not just talking about the big tree, the big four, the big five. Every man on this Oilers roster that's going to be here October 1 has agreed that it is what we want, it is what we're looking for. I don't plan on having that happen very much, he said. Basically, I don't plan on being in trouble in the doghouse very often, but when I do, it will be deserved. And we'll move forward and we'll learn from it. By that, he means every player will hear it from Babcock if they make a mistake. If they are not back-checking the way that Babcock wants you to back-check, if you are in the defensive zone and your stick is not in a passing lane, it is up by your hip because you're lazy, Babcock will let you know about it, and it is up to you how you handle it. Whether you pout about it or you go to his office in private and you hash it out in a man-to-man conversation, that is up to player on player. Next slide, please. I'm excited about that challenge to be pushed by a coach. Is that not what I've been saying? No, I don't know what I'm talking about though, right? He concluded, because it's been a really long time in Edmonton, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. What have the Oilers coaches been for the last half decade? Soft, quiet, don't want to pressure McDavid. We saw it last year, and I'm going to give you a prime example. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give you a prime example. McDavid had a 2.5-minute shift. It was late in the game. The Oilers were losing by 1. McDavid goes to Knobloch, I'm ready, put me out. He's standing there. I'm not going to tell you what game it was. You can go look at the footage. He's standing there. He's basically telling Knobloch after a 1.5, 2-minute shift, after a 5-10 second rest, I'm going out there, try and stop me. What does he do? He goes out there, Oilers get scored on, Oilers lose the game. It is what it is. So, Babs is a different. He gives us a different personality, a different approach to our group, and an approach that we've probably never had. You haven't. I'm going to be honest with you. Professional athletes, not just in the NHL, not just in hockey, but professional athletes as a whole, are babied. From the time they're knee-high to fucking grasshoppers, these kids are babied. They're pampered. They're told they're the greatest. Their mommy and daddies tell them, oh, you're going to be the great one day. You're so amazing. You can do no wrong. And the coaches are told, you have to do that to my kid, or I'll take my kid off your program and I'll send him to another program. It is what it is. Most coaches don't like to coach kids like that because we know we have to toe the line. Now, there are bad coaches out there. Absolutely. There are terrible coaches out there. There are asshole coaches out there, and I've talked to many of them. I've interacted with a few of them. I could give you a story of what just happened recently, but that's not my story to tell. Now, all I can say about the situation was the coach had a really good kid on his team, and because the coach is being paid by the parents to coach, he felt the need to not talk to the kid. Sorry, not talk to the kids, but one kid. He treated his superstar differently. It wasn't one of his kids. He didn't raise the kid, but he treated the superstar differently. He would have the assistant coaches talk to everybody else, tell everybody else they did wrong or did good, but he'd take this kid aside and he'd tell the kid, you're amazing, you're a superstar, you did no wrong. Go into the game, kid was a -5, 5 turnovers, cost him the game. Coach didn't say anything to anybody, but praised the kid for his hard work. The assistant coaches took power play time away from other kids, took penalty kill time away from other kids, took ice time away from other kids. Let me rephrase that. The assistant coaches were taking time away from kids and not telling the kids why, but the coach wouldn't handle it. That's not a good coach. Babcock seems to be like the guy that's going to tell you to your face, you're doing this wrong. I'm going to tell you what you did wrong. I'm going to take your ice time away. It's up to you to fix it and take the ice time back. Now, moving on to the next slide. We've tried the same way for a really long time. It's been 10 years. Let's try it different. Everybody in the room is going to have to sacrifice themselves. I love how he worded that. Sacrifice themselves. Everyone's got to take a little bit less. So everybody can take a little bit more. I love how he worded that. I'm sorry. I love how he worded that. Everybody's got to take a little less so that everybody can take a little more. What he means, for those that have no idea what he's talking about, the top 6 got to do a little less so the bottom 6 can do a little more. Babcock is going to expect the bottom 6 to do what the top 6 does. Without the skill, like obviously the skill is going to be the McDavid, the Draisaitl, the Hymans, Hopkins to a degree. They're going to be the superstars. They're going to be the flash, the dash. He's going to expect the bottom 6 to at least be a 0 when they're on the ice. Some nights you're going to be a dash. Some shifts you're just going to get on there and it's just going to fall apart. But it's what you do after that that will be the true turning point of what this team is. Excuse me. He said that after a workout session in his home in Ontario. As some of the best players in the world, we've always taken it upon ourselves to lead the charge. On the ice, we want to take everything head on, take all of the accountability, take everything possible. So he's not going to shy away from the criticism. He's not going to shy away from, oh, I had a bad game. Who cares? We're gods. We can have mistakes and you're not going to call us out on it. And that's what it's been like in Edmonton. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. How they've had bad games and what is it? Whatever. It's just one game. We're a group that knows how to win. We'll just flick the switch. We've heard that story before. And it sucks that the injuries happen in the playoffs. Otherwise, that flick would have happened and we probably would have went to the finals. Now, that doesn't leave much for anybody else, he admitted. I still want to be the best player every single night, but that means I might look a little different. I'm excited about that. You've got to be sure about yourself. And we have a lot of guys that are sure about themselves. What he's saying is we have a confidence in this group. I will not use the other word. I will not use that other word either. The intelligent folks use the word confidence. The unintelligent people use the other two words. And the Oilers are not the other two words. They are not those words. The Oilers are a confident group, and they should be. As well, they should be. And if you don't think they should be, well, you're not paying attention. Now, McDavid said in a response, there's not much we can prove in the regular season. There's just not. And he's not lying. He's very honest. What more can we prove? Win the division? All right, well, I think that's what they're going to do this year. They're going to go and win the division. We can't prove anything else. We've already done that, been there, got that t-shirt, everything else. They know the regular season is an 82-game dress rehearsal. So if you are not going to be happy with the performance on a Monday night in February when the Oilers are playing a Duck team that's beat up and sucks, and they win the game by one or go into overtime and lose, cry about it, whine about it. These players don't care. And I like that. Again, it's confidence. What's another scoring title? A Hart or a Lindsay? You know, it's all nice, but the only thing I have left to prove is that I can put it all together. He doesn't care about all that. He could care less if he leads the league in scoring if he's winning. I will preface this again, and I prefaced it earlier in an earlier video. You're going to see McDavid and Draisaitl's point totals plummet. Why? Because you're going to see their plus-minus numbers skyrocket. You're going to see a +2-0, +2-1, +3. You're going to see a high pluses, but the point total is probably going to be in the 90s, 95, 100 range, not 150, 160, 190. It's not going to be up in the hundreds. It's going to be very high 90s to low 90s, which is still a freaking good year by most people's standards. Not by McDavid's, not by Draisaitl's, but if their plus-minus is up and their point totals are down, the Oilers are winning. Who gives a bleep? You're going to see a lot of 5-6 game winning streaks this year. You're not going to see end of the year, 1 game left, and finally you get a 3-game winning streak. That was embarrassing last year, let's be honest. Now, it does... We brought Babs in to be hard on me, Leon, the top guys. That's what we want to point the finger at. The leaders of the team. We are always taking the temperature of the room and addressing things. Of course, we're always watching, he said. I can speak as to me as being a coach today. And I want him to come and be hard on Leon, Nuge, Bush, Eki, and Heinze. So what is he saying? Babcock is here to grind our gears. Babcock is here to push us over the limit. You guys said it many times, and I didn't really believe you guys. You guys said it. Babcock was outcoached in the finals by Maurice. I didn't think it was true. I thought it was more something else, but can't get into that. And it is what it is. Maybe he was outcoached. Not by much if he was. They lost by 1 goal, but they still lost. Now, we want to push those guys. And we want him lifting up everybody else. That's what he's here for. So he's going to push the top guys to be top guys. But he's not going to belittle or berate the bottom guys. He's going to lift them up. And trust me when I tell you this as a matter of fact. If he's going to come in here and think he's going to bully the bottom 6, he's got an Eki, a Bush, a Heinze, a McDavid, and a Draisaitl that don't take no shit from nobody. If you've watched the movie Cool Runnings, you know what scene I'm talking about. They're in the bathroom together. Little short guy says his name, and he doesn't take no shit from nobody, goes talks to his dad. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, see it. Anywhoosies, all that said and done, I apologize for the clickbait short video. Yes, McDavid is still a captain. He's just got a new attitude. And you're going to see it. You are going to see it day one in training camp. You're going to see it final game 82 of the regular season and beyond. Do I think McDavid is going to re-sign in Edmonton regardless of what happens this year and next? Yes. This attitude should tell you everything. He wants one thing and one thing alone, and he wants it in one place and one thing alone. Cups in Edmonton. Anywhoosies, my name is Matt, OilersFanReaction. If this is the first time you've seen a video of mine, comment, like, subscribe. We're on a goal to 500, and then we're on the goal to 1,000, and good things happen when you hit those milestones. I knew I was going to be away this summer. I'm still planning on leaving for a chunk of the summer. We've got trips planned. We've got vacation planned. But Friday is draft day. July 1st, Canada Day, is free agency day. Big things happening in the next week and a half, and then I'm gone. I'm gone for a bit. My name is Matt again. I'll see you guys in the comments section. Deuces.